Timothy, must you go to town next week? So, he lost a leg. And he feels some pain about it, and that makes Mrs. Kane feel bad. Mr. James Kane, perfectly appreciating the cause of this sudden volte-face, grinned, grinned, grinned affectionately at her, limped around the table to bestow a chaste salute upon her cheek, said "goop" in a fond voice, and departed to pursue his avocation in the neighboring metropolis, from which Mrs. Kane gathered that the loss of a limb was troubling him neither mentally nor physically, that he had every intention of visiting London in the immediate future, and that he would use his best endeavors to dissuade his young half-brother from contracting an undesirable alliance. She was thus able to devote her mind to the domestic problem confronting her, for whatever Jim might say, he possessed great influence over Timothy, and would no doubt contrive at least to avert disaster. In these comfortable conclusions, Mrs. James Kane might have been proved to have been right if Lady Hartey had enlisted her help rather earlier, or had Mr. Kane put forward his journey to London. In the event, Mr. James Kane reached London in time only to take part in proceedings of which, as he vulgarly informed his wife, he had already, during the course of a singularly blameless life, had a bellyful. So, so it seems like they're going to be too late for whatever the plan is with Timothy. But that's chapter 1. We just finished George Heyer's chapter 1 of Duplicate Death. We've got a bit of an introduction of Mr. and Mrs. Kane, their household, the nanny, their kids, some of the kids are in boarding school, some of them are at home, they're very little. Nanny is a great leader about the house. She is also sort of running the show, and Mr. Kane kind of finds that to be annoying, but still she does a lot. So she's very valuable. And so we got a little bit of a feel for the dynamic between these people. Mrs. Kane was trying to convince Mr. Kane to do something about his half-brother's, life choices, and, Mr. Kane was not very agreeing, but it seems like he still went to London, and maybe that didn't do very much. So, what she said. So the next chapter, chapter 2, we will get an introduction to Timothy and this girl that they were worrying about, Beulah. Right? Beulah was her name. Let's see. I think it'll be interesting because we will get a sense of the dynamics between Beulah and Timothy. Just some family drama. So the first chapter was just basically some family drama. Not too different from everyday life.